Welcome to our session on using Flipgrid for virtual book buddies. So, our learning target for this session is that you're going to know how to use Flipgrid to participate in a book buddies program so your students can read or listen to others read using some engaging technology. And that engaging technology would be Flipgrid. So let's first listen to an interview with our reading specialist, Kayleen. I'm sure many of you have heard of book buddies or reading buddies or some take on the concept. This is where one student, typically an older student, will read to another student. We have Kayleen here, one of our reading specialists at 917, to tell us the advantages of a reading buddy program. So, Kayleen, from a literacy standpoint, what are the benefits of book buddies?
Well, there are many benefits of book buddies. One of the biggest benefits is just to hear a fluent reading model other than just a teacher or an adult, so that you have that opportunity to hear other students be fluent readers. Also, for students that find reading hard, it gives them more practice in reading. For those students who find it really difficult, they can practice easier reading to read to a younger student without the stigma. It also provides one-on-one support with that peer, so they can talk about what it is they're reading and where they struggle, things like that. There's also some social emotional benefits to reading buddies. One is having a positive role model. For some of our students, that will take intentional planning to make sure that the positive role model does happen. But it also helps those students develop empathy and patience for others. Most of our students, not most, all of our students will rise to the expectation. So if we give them the expectation of pairing up with another student and telling them exactly what those expectations are, they're going to rise to that expectation. It helps them also build leadership skills, and it's a great way to build community, either in a site or throughout the whole district.
Awesome. Sounds like it might be worth giving it a try, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
And I'm willing to do anything I can to help make it work.
Sweet. Me too. Great. Thanks, Kayleen. So now that we know what Book Buddies is and the advantages it can give students, let's talk about what Flipgrid is. So, Flipgrid is a free video discussion platform. It contains a ton of creative tools within the camera feature where you're recording. And it's a safe place. So, as a teacher, you can moderate and limit who can join your group, who can watch videos, who can respond. And you can always be moderating those videos before they go live for other students to see. So, again, a little bit about why we might use Flipgrid to participate in a Book Buddies program. We know that there's often barriers to having students visit your classroom to do book buddies in person. There's a ton of different reasons that might not work. So at kind of this basic substitution level on the SAMR model, we can really use Flipgrid to overcome whatever those barriers are of having students visit your classroom, whether it's transportation because students who are reading would be from another building, or whether it's self-regulation issues, any of those things. We can really use Flipgrid to have a more flexible way of delivering a Book Buddies program. But if we're really looking to teach at that creative and interactive level, like over on the PICRAT model, and then over on SAMR, if we're really trying to redefine the task, we can encourage students to add their own creativity while reading books by using filters, by adding sound effects. And then when students are responding to a book they've heard read, Again, they can do the same thing. They can use emojis to respond. They can use emojis to retell the story. They can um, use pictures to retell the story. Flipgrid is that really flexible platform with a lot of creative tools. And we do have a whole bunch of information on the instructional resource website about how to use those camera tools, and we'll walk through a few of them today as well. So what would be the steps? If you want to start a Book Buddies project and you want to use Flipgrid to do it so you can do it virtually, what would those steps be? Well, the first step is to create a free Flipgrid account. Only you as the teacher has to create an account. Students do not have to do that. There's a link in your PowerPoint presentation there where you just click on it, but it's flipgrid.com. You can click sign up, use Google to sign up, and you should be ready to go. Then you can either join a group if another teacher has created a group. You can join that group, or you can create your own group. And a group is where you decide who's going to participate in your Book Buddies program. And then the third thing to do is to create a topic. And a topic is your instructions essentially to the student on what to post. This is where readers will post their readings and where listeners will post their reactions to those readings. So the topic is, again, that place where the readings and the reactions live. It's where the students are going to post things. And then you're really ready to get started. So here's some instructions on creating the group. One of the things to remember when you're creating that group is you can limit it just to the 917 group domain. The other thing that you can do is you can individually invite users. And so you can enter in just the students who you want to participate. So that also works well. An important thing to know about creating a topic, this just gives you a general overview. Again, when you're on that group page, you're just going to click over on adding that topic. But the really important part here is that you set the permission. And so underneath settings in your topic, once you're editing it, you have this option here to moderate the videos and the comments. And so I'm thinking most often you're going to want to turn that on so that you can read through any of those posts before they go live and before other people can see them. Just a few things about the camera to give you an overview. When you open up the options, this 3-dot menu here, there is an option to record your screen, which can be really nice. Then the effects menu here, this gives you all these other options. The option to use filters and frames and emojis and text and a board, photos. If you choose the board, what's really cool is it gives you a split screen option. So you can write something on the board while students are also seeing your face. And then just a reminder that you as the teacher can respond to that topic that you have first created. And you might want to do that to give your readers an example and to give the students who are reacting to that reading an example of what a video might look like. So this page just gives you an overview about how you would do that. You would just go ahead and click on the 3-dot menu and click on record a response, and you can model one of those responses for your students. So some other Flipgrid features are here, which is really nice. The one thing I wanted to point out was mix tapes, because what this would allow you to do is give students an overview over time of their reading. So yes, students are doing this to connect with another peer, but it's also a nice way for you to put together a portfolio of their reading. So you could pull in some of their best work from the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year, and the end of the year, and see how they've improved over time. And you could use that just for you and your student, or you could send a link home to their family so that they could also see that. So the mixtapes could be a really nice feature there. Another quick tip for you, you may have noticed in the little bit of the video that I played that I was holding the book in front of my face. Now, if you have students who that would be difficult for, there is also an option to use something called an IPEVO mirror cam. And this just goes over the camera on your laptop. So then instead of seeing my face, you're going to see whatever's right under my keyboard. Or I'm sorry, whatever's right on top of my keyboard. And so then a student could place the book right on top of the keyboard, and they could be showing the pictures that way, pointing to the words. There isn't a huge amount of room, but there is probably just enough to put the book underneath there and have the students read it that way. So again, that's called the IPEVO mirror cam. And we have several in the district. And so if you're interested in using one of those, just let me know and I can get you one. If you have any other questions about how to use Flipgrid to do some virtual book buddies, please let us know. All of us on the teaching and learning team would be more than happy to help. We'd be happy to help facilitate too between classrooms. If you're a classroom who needs someone to read to, we can find a classroom for that. And if you're a classroom that would like someone to be reading to your students, we can also look for that. All right, take care.